WON YouTube Networks is now on Facebook. Check it out.
From Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois, WON Sports welcomes you to game number 3 of the 2017 World Series between the New York White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. It is a sold-out crowd here in the north side of Chicago as the Cubs get set to take on the White Sox in the best-of-7 series, but the Cubs have a lot of work to do. The Sox lead the series 2-0. Cubs have only not mustered a home run. They have not been able to muster any runs at all except one, which was in game 2. They got shut out in game 1, 13-0, and a few days ago got shut out 9-1, and they're going to have to face another tough customer. Mr. Mike Scott will be on the mound for the Cubs, for the Sox, while Hendricks will be on the mound for the Cubs. It's the Cubs and the White Sox. Game 3 of the World Series is next, and it's live on WON Sports. Stay with us. First pitch right after this.
Hello. This is Universal City Studios, where we're filming Dragnet. I'd like to take just a minute to talk to those of you who will soon be 65 about signing up for your Medicare benefits under Social Security. Now, it's very important that you go into your Social Security office 2 or 3 months before your 65th birthday, regardless of whether you plan to retire or whether you want to continue working for a while. If you wait until you're already 65 to apply for Medicare, you will have lost some of the protection provided by this health insurance. The time to sign up is before you're 65. Not after. Now, if you have a question about Medicare or about any of the other Social Security benefits, write, phone, or visit the Social Security office in your community. The people there will be glad to help you.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field here in Chicago, Illinois. Yours truly, John Rios. We'll get you set for game number 3 of the World Series. Glad you could join us live on WON Channel 9. If you're watching us pre-recorded, we welcome you to our Gamecast as well. And here come the National League champion Chicago White Sox. There's no doubt about it. This is a must-win game for them. Down 2-0. They cannot screw around in tonight's game. Kyle Hendricks will have the call for the Cubs, and Mike Scott will have the call for the New York White Sox. The Sox in their alternate black jerseys with the retro hat logo. And let's take a look at the Sox lineup. They'll be batting first. It'll be Larkin, Alomar, Griffey Jr., Jones, Giambi, Jackson, Winfield, Posada, and Mike Scott. As we told you, Kyle Hendricks is on the mound. You look at his postseason record so far, 2-1. This is his 3rd start, so he's a tough customer. So the White Sox have some work to do against this customer right now. And let's take a look at the defense for the Cubs. You have Hayward, Amar, Jr., Schwarber, Russell, Dozier, Rizzo, Bryant, and Avila. Another beautiful night for baseball, but this time in the South Side. Barry Larkin will step in. 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, average around 240.
Barry Larkin.
First pitch of the game, line to left center field, and that's going to be caught for out number 1.
Batting second, second baseman.
That ball was hit right on the nose. Here's Roberto Alomar. 488 average. He's had himself quite a postseason. And he had a monster shot back in game number 1 of the World Series. Hit a home run in game number 2 as well. But Hendricks is no easy task. Pitch to Alomar. He went too far. Strike 1. Hendricks set again. The 0-1 delivery, rip fouled on the right side of the play. The stretch and the 0-2 delivery, line to right field, and that is going to be extra bases for Alomar. Let's see if he'll go for 2. He does, and he's there with a stand-up double. A frozen rope hit by the Hall of Famer.
Center fielder number 24.
And that was no cheapie, folks.
Griffey Jr.
And I'll bring up Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey has had himself a solid postseason. Just underway here in Wrigley. Man's at second base for 1 out in game number 3 of the World Series. Sox lead the series 2-0. The pitch by Hendricks. Swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Look at this crowd here in Chicago. Hendricks set at the belt, keeping an eye on Alomar at second. The 0-1. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. So Griffey is falling behind on 2 pitches that have been down low, and he has swung through them and missed them. Nothing in 2 on Ken. Kyle set at the belt again, keeping an eye on the second base runner, Alomar. The 0-2. Griffey strikes out. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. There's now 2 away. There's the first strike.
Chipper Jones.
There's the second strike, and there's your third. All on swings. The batter now be the switch hitter, Chipper Jones. 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch to Chipper. Swing and a miss again. 0-1, and I think Kendrick has found his sweet spot. No balls, 1 strike on Jones. Kendrick set at the belt again. Making Hendricks is set at the belt. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. That blew right by Chipper. And now it's down to 0-2. Just underway in game number 3 here in Wrigley of the World Series. Sox and Cubs underway here at the top of the first. Man's at second and 2 outs. The 0-2 to Jones. He struck him out. They'll make it official by throwing the first side retire. 1-hitter man is stranded at second. At the middle of the first, it's the Sox nothing and the Cubs coming back. Well, Joe Maton has the hope that his club can do something offensively. Here's his 1 through 9 lineup. You got Hayward, Dozier, Bryant, Rizzo, Avila, Russell, Schwarber, Hendricks, and Amara Jr. On the mound, Mike Scott. This will be his second appearance. His first was a dandy one. A shutout, went all the way, surrendered no runs, only 1 hit. Striked out was 16. Can he duplicate that performance tonight? We shall see. As we take a look now at the White Sox defense, which will be presented by Majestic Athletics. In the outfield, you have Griffey, Winfield, and Jackson. The infield, Larkin, Jones, Alomar, Giambi. Catching the balls and strikes is Jorge Posadas. There is no DH for an American League team when they're playing in a National League, so Wade Boggs' big bat will be sorely missed in this game and in tomorrow's game as well. If he plays and is not playing. Here's Jason Hayward. Left-handed batter, leadoff hitter for Chicago. As we get set for the start of the bottom of the first in the scoreless game just underway in game number 3 of the World Series, as the Sox leading the series 2-0. Scott is set here, and the pitch. Strike, 0-1. Scott again is set at the belt. The 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2. He sets up high this time. And the pitch on the way. A little nubbler to the second. At the second baseman, that's Alomar. He picks it up and gets his man. There's out number 1.
Batting second baseman, Ryan Dozier.
Brings up Ryan Dozier. Ryan hitting at .279 so far in the postseason with 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Bottom of the first, scoreless game, 1 out, nobody on base. It'll be a 1-out delivery from Mike Scott on the way. A fly ball down the right field line. It will hook foul. 0-1 on Dozier. The 0-1 on the way is outside. The count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 0-1 fouled away. Now it's 1-2. It wasn't 0-1, it was 1-1. So no mistake on that call. 1-2 delivery. Another chopper, but foul. Will do it again. 1-2 delivery. Ripped deep to left, but foul. And remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was one mistake pitch that Scott has to be happy was fouled away. Another foul ball. Boy, this is a tough one. It remains 1-2. Good battle between Scott and Dozier. Again the 1-2. Another foul ball. They set up inside. Again the 1-2. Ripped to right, base hit. That'll be extra bases. It'll go all the way to the ivy and off the wall. Reggie plays it poorly, and it's going to get Dozier to third. And for the first time in this series, the Cubs have a man in third base in a scoreless game.
Third baseman.
And have a chance to score first in this World Series. A triple for Brian Dozier. And the batter will be Chris Bryant. And he got .298 with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. A chance for the Cubs to take the lead. And who better to take it off of but Mike Scott, one of the toughest customers in the game. 1 out. A man's at third base. Cubs with a chance. The pitch. Got contact, but fouled it away. Strike 1. The pitch. Ripped it foul. Now it's 0-2 on Bryant. The 0-2 into right. Let's see if they'll score that run. Dozier with great speed. Reggie makes the catch. Tagging is Dozier. Here's the throw at the plate, and it's not in time. Cubs lead it 1-0 in Game 3 of the World Series. Is their first lead in this series. That's fundamental baseball, though, folks. Reggie tried to throw and could not get his man. It was off the line and slow. And now is Anthony Rizzo hitting at .300 with 3 homers and 7 runs batted in here in the postseason. So something for the Cubs fans to cheer about. They have their first lead in this series. Rizzo, a big first baseman, big left-handed batter. He'll squat that one the other way to left field. That's going to be extra bases. Played on the grass by Winfield. He'll throw to second. And in this inning, it's another extra base hit, this time by Anthony Rizzo.
Batting fifth, catcher Alex Avila.
I'll bring up Alex Avila. Again, nobody was manning the third base line. The ship was on, so now here's Alex. Former White Sox hitting at 167 with 1 home run and a couple of runs batted in. Another man's in scoring position for Chicago. They set up away again. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Cubs 1, Sox nothing. You look at the umpiring crew. Carl Dixon is calling the balls and strikes. The pitch. Fouled away on 2. 2 outs, 1 on, a run is in. The pitch. In the air to left. This will be a can of corn for Winfield. Side retired, but not before the Cubs score their first run and have their first lead in this series. End of 1. Cubs 1. White Sox nothing in game 3. Well, Jason Giambi steps in, ending at .333 with 7 home runs and a couple of runs batted in. To begin the top of the second of game 3 of the World Series. Cubs lead the game 1-0. So Hendricks has a 1-run lead to work with. First pitch to Jason's, fouled away, strike 1. The pitch. Another foul ball. To the dismay of Giambi. Yeah, Hendricks is coming in with some good stuff tonight so far in the early going. That's inside, and now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Another K for Hendricks, and there's 1 down.
Batting 6, the right fielder, number 9.
I'll bring up Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie hitting at .350 so far in the postseason with 6 home runs and a couple of runs batted in. Had himself a good first 2 games at the stadium. And now he hits one on the ground past Rizzo into right field. Second hit of the ball game for the White Sox. Jackson's on base. A 1-out single for Mr. October. As we take a look at this on replay. It was right down the pipe. A sinker that he was able to drive right past the first base side. So Reggie's on first base, and here is Dave Winfield. There's that first 1 out. Cubs lead 1-0. The pitch by Hendricks. Foul ball, strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. On the ground off the pitcher. Right to Rizzo. Will he get to Winfield? He will not. Everybody's safe. Holy cow, we have seen so many pitchers in this series get hit on a line drive. And here's Jorge Posada. So the Sox have something cooking here. In the top of the second, first and second and 1 out. The infield is in. For potential double play, the outfield is normal. Posada homered in game number 2 in the upper deck back in the stadium. Hendricks again, the pitch. Fouled away, strike 1. Hendricks again in a situation with a man in score position. Was able to work out of it in the first, but now he has 2 on and 1 out. The 0-1 delivery. Chop foul again, 0-2. Well, he's really going with that sinker. Cubs are lunging for it. Maybe the Sox are lunging for it. The pitch. Posada hits it at the middle, base hit. The bases will be loaded. They will not take a chance on the center fielder's arm. So the bases are loaded with 1 down for the Sox.
The pitcher, number 33.
And this is where the DH should come in handy, but it won't. The pitcher, Mike Scott, with the bases loaded and 1 down, will now have a chance to try to tie the game or put the Sox on top and help his cause. The 1-out pitch. He lines it, and it's a foul ball by inches. Holy cow, he was close. Wow. 0-1. Hendricks is set. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Bases loaded, one down. Cubs 1, Sox nothing in game number 3 of the World Series. Sox lead the series overall 2-0. Hendricks is set. And the 0-2. A little blooping fly to right that will not get the job done. Everybody will be right where they are. 2 outs. And now it's up to Barry Larkin.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Barry Larkin.
Larkin with the bases loaded with a chance to either tie the game or put the Sox in front. He lined out back of the first inning to center field. A legend player, right-handed batter. The 2-out delivery. Swung on up the middle, base hit in the center. This game will be tied at 1. Everybody will stay put. Give Larkin an RBI single. And the Sox and Cubs are tied at 1 in game number 3 here in the top of the second inning of the World Series. That was a solid line drive right up the middle. So the merry-go-round is on. And the batter now is Roberto Alomar, who knows a thing or two about Grand Slam. The pitch. He lines one up the middle. What a dive and a stop, but no play. A run will score. It's 2-1. Sox take the lead. The second baseman dove for it, but could not handle it. He does save an extra run from coming in, but no matter. The Sox have a 2-1 lead, and the bases are still loaded for Ken Griffey. Well, Hendricks trying to minimize the damage. His club is now down by 1. The 2-out delivery. Chopper foul, 0-1. The pitch on the way. Inside, to the dismay of Ken there. And the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Everybody standing here in Wrigley. A nail-biting situation. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2 runs are in for the Sox. 1-1 is the count on Griffey. The pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball to first, and that'll do it. The Cubs do minimize the damage, but the Sox have a 1-run lead. They score 2 runs and lead the bases loaded. Mill the second of game 3 of the World Series. Sox 2, Cubs 1. Addison Russell will be the batter.
Leading off for the Cubs.
286 average. 1 home run, a couple of runs batted in. 2-1 Sox lead in game 3 of the World Series. The 0-1 on the way. On the ground, right to Giambi. 1 down.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber will now be the batter. Kyle hitting at .375 with 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. He has struggled mightily for Chicago. Swung on and missed, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
0-1 is the count with 1 down, bases empty. Sox 2, Cubs 1. Give Hendricks credit. He has minimized the damage that the Sox were trying to create with the bases loaded. Scott now ahead of Kyle. 0-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Another K for Mikey. And there is quickly 2 away. Here is what the postseason bracket looks like. The Sox are in command 2-0 in this series. Of course, lead this game 2-1, but still plenty of baseball to go. But that's how we got here. And here's Kyle Hendricks, the pitcher. Bases empty, 2 outs, 2-1 Sox lead. The pitch by Scott, fouled away, strike 1. The pitch on the way again, another foul ball. So now Hendricks ahead, well behind on himself. Scott ahead 0-2. And another foul ball. Oh, 2 delivery. Another foul ball. But I'll tell you what. These fouling off pitches are running up Scott's pitch count, and it could cost the Sox big time. This time, Hendricks cannot connect. Side retired. Another K for Scott. At the end of 2 from the north side, it's the Sox leading the Cubs 2-1 in Game 3 of the World Series. Well, Chipper Jones steps in. He's 0 for 1, struck out back of the first inning.
Chipper
Sox
Jones.
lead the game 2-1. Hendricks trying to keep it that way for as long as possible so his offense can do some more damage and put some more runs on the board. Fouled away, strike 1 on Chipper. The 0-1 swung on a miss, 0-2. The large capacity crowd is on their feet right now, as Hendricks is ahead of Chipper, 0-2. The pitch. Struck him out swinging. There's out number 1.
Up next for the White Sox, first baseman, Jason
Now I'll bring up
Giambi.
Jason Giambi. That's sinker again. That's his weapon pitch. The 1-out delivery to Giambino. He swings and misses. 0-1. The 0-1 again. Another swing and a miss, this time on the changeup. 0-2, and Hendricks ahead of a Sox batter again. Crowd is on his feet on every pitch Hendricks throws. The 0-1. Line right to the shift. The second baseman's got it. 2 outs.
The right fielder, number 9, Reggie
I'll bring up Reggie Jackson. Reggie 1 for 1 with a single back in the second inning. Two-out delivery to Reggie into left center. That's going to fall fast, and that's going to be extra bases possibly. But Reggie will not take a chance. He will stay at first with a long single.
The left fielder,
And that
number
ball was hit
31,
right on the nose, right
Dave
down the pipe.
Winfield.
And now bring up Dave Winfield. So a 2-out hit for Reggie. And here's Dave Winfield. The pitch on the way. Line but foul. Third base side, strike 1. Two to 1 Sox lead. A man's at first, 2 outs. 0-1 is the count on Winfield. The pitch by Hendricks on the way. Line to left. There's another hit for Dave. He's on with a single. First and second, 2 outs. And for the second inning in a row, the Sox have a 2-out rally going.
The catcher,
That's what you
number
call a
20,
smoker,
Jorge
folks.
Posada.
Good piece hitting. Now bring up Jorge Posada. Batting on the left side. Hendricks keeping an eye on the second base runner. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, the Sox players are just lunging for these pitches. And now they're close to the strike zone. 0-1 on Jorge. Hendricks set at the belt. And the 0-1 delivery. Line but foul. Oh, he would like to get that one back. He was just a bit late on that swing. So now he's in the hole 0-2 with 2 men on base and 2 outs. 2-1. Sox lead in this game. Hendricks with the 0-2. And he lines it past Rizzo into right field. Let's see if they'll score a run. They will. The Sox now lead 3-1 on the RBI single by Jorge Posada. That was just past the reach of Rizzo by just
The pitcher,
barely a
number
foot.
33, Mike Scott.
And now bring up Mike Scott. That ball was outside, and he was able to take that curveball and hit it right past the line and down the line into right. And now bring up Mike Scott with an RBI chance. Runners at the corners, a runner's in with 2 outs. He lines it, base hit in the right. Give Mike Scott an RBI single. It's 4-1 Sox. So Mike helps his cause. And all of a sudden, Kendrick cannot find not only the strike zone, but out number 3. Boy, where was the infield on that? So now the meat of this order of the Sox is coming up. First and second, 2 outs. Will they walk him? The answer is no. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's a bad swing by Berry there. You're not going to hit anything with that swing or that pitch. That was way down low. 0-1 is the count with 2 on and 2 outs, and 2 runs are in. Out the middle, off the pitcher, base hit in the center. And once again, the bases will be reloaded. And then the meat of this order is coming up, and that is Roberto Alomar.
Second baseman.
So once again, Kendrick still can't collect the 3rd out. Brian Dussing is warming in the Chicago bullpen. Trouble for the Cubs right now. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Cub fans trying to get into it, pushing their heroes behind, and trying to get their club out of this big jam. 2 runs are in. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. And Kendricks is just a strike away from getting out of another jam, despite surrendering 2 more runs. He's ahead of Alomar 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Alomar strikes out. Side retired. 2 more runs scored, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Bases left loaded. Mill to 3rd. 4-1 Sox. Albert Almora Jr. steps in, hitting at 189 with no home runs and 2 runs batted in. He'll step in to lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd, making the bottom of the 3rd. Is it the 3rd? Yes, it is. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Need some new pair of glasses. I couldn't see that. Scoreboard saying the 3rd. Fouled away. Now it's 0-2. Mike Scott helping his own cause, hitting an RBI single to right field. Sometimes the DH works. Sometimes the pitcher's hitting works. That's the way the baseball goes. Speaking of going, Almora will go and take a seat. He swings and misses for strike 3. Another K for Mr. Mike Scott. And there's 1 down here in the 3rd. And now bring up the top of the order, Jason Hayward, to now start the lineup all over again. He fouls it to the left side of the plate, strike 1. The pitch. Another foul ball. I'll tell you what, the Cubs are hitting the ball hard, but they're not hitting it fair at all. And this time, Hayward in the inbounded swing. He takes strike 3. Another K for Scott, 2 down.
The second base.
Well, I don't know what Hayward was looking at, but it wasn't anything that he liked, apparently. As we take a look at the strikeouts in a row, he has struck out 5 in a row. So Scott finding his edge. Dozier now the batter. To first, Giambi. To Scott's side, retired. Clean inning for Mike Scott. At the end of 3 from Wrigley in game number 3 of the World Series, it's the Sox 4 and the Cubs 1. Up in the second, he's 0 for 2. Sox 4, Cubs 1. In game 3 of the World Series, Cubs lead the series 2-0 and leading this game 4-1. 0-1 on Griffey Jr. Hendricks set again. At the belt. The pitch on the way to Ken. He lines it right to Rizzo. Nice grab. And Griffey's 0 for 3 tonight. He's retired. 1 down.
Batting number 10, third baseman Chipper Jones.
Now bring up Chipper Jones. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice in a row. This will be pitch number 49 on the way from Hendricks. Fouled away to the left side of the plate. Strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. Oh, he looked bad on that swing. He still was able to get some wood on it. 0-2. Hendricks set again. The 0-2 to Chipper. He's got himself a hat trick of strikeouts. That's just a bad pitch and a bad swing all around. There's 2 down. Jones is now 0 for 3.
Jason Giambi.
Now we go Jason Giambi. The pitch. Fouled away, strike 1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2, and now it's 0-2 on Giambi again. Hendricks trying to get a 1-2-3 inning for the first time in this game. He'll get that wish. Side retired, impressive inning, and comeback inning for Hendricks. Middle of the fourth, Sox 4, Cubs 1. Chris Bryant now the batter, his first appearance. Well, he got an RBI sacrifice fly.
Ryan.
That was the first run of the game, the only run right now for the Cubs at the moment. Fouled away, strike 1. Boy, the Cubs just cannot get anything going offensively in this series at all. And it's going for the home run swing and just not connecting. Another foul ball. We'll do it again. The 0-2 to Scott. Strike 3 right down the pipe. Add another K to Mike Scott's resume of the night. 1 down.
Baseman number 44, Anthony.
Where's Anthony Rizzo? 1 for 1 with a double back in the first inning. Oh, and 1. Oh, 1 delivery, another foul ball. Boy, I tell you what, I've done some World Series gamecasts in my time. This has to be one of the most boring gamecast series, World Series I've ever covered. The Cubs can't not scratch out a run. They can't even hit a home run in this series. Well, Rizzo now battling against Scott. That could be a sign of something they hope would change into a good thing. Another foul ball is running up Scott's pitch count, and we're only in the bottom of the fourth. Another foul ball. Boy, what a battle between Scott and Rizzo. And the crowd getting into it now. A pop-up, and Scott is going to win this battle. Chipper Jones is there, and there is your out. Your second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 13, Alex.
Alex Avila will now be the batter. The pitch on the way. Strike taken, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
It's not a fun World Series when the other team is barely competing. And they have not been able to score any runs until today. And then, of course, game number 2. The Cubs have only mustered 2 runs and not 1 home run in this series. And with their firepower that they have offensively, that is very troubling. 0-2 on Alex. There's a nubbler back to the mound. Scott's got it. Side retired. 1, 2, 3 go to Cubbies again. We have played 4 from the north side in game number 3 of the World Series. It's the Sox 4 and the Cubs 1. Reggie Jackson.
Leading off for the White Sox.
Now the batter. 2 for 2 with
right
2
fielder,
singles here
number
tonight.
9, Reggie Jackson.
Kendrick still on the mound for the Cubbies. It's a ground ball to first. In a game which is putting people to sleep, I bet you.
Winfield.
Hendricks and Scott have pitched very well. Dave Winfield, the batter. On the ground to short. Russell, making the shortstop, had it, and now he connects for out. Number
20, Jorge Posada.
2. So good play by Russell, and here's Jorge Posada. Posada 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Switch hitter batting left-handed again. The pitch. There's a high fly ball well hit into center field. The center fielder is right there. Side retired. Nothing across. We're halfway through in Wrigley in Game 3 of the World Series. Sox 4, Cubs 1. We're now going to pause for station identification.
Surprise present for you. Do you like what you see? Well, good. So I was just getting a little tired, so I'm going to take a little break, okay? Oh. Babe, can you help me? I have a cramp. Babe, can you please come help me? I've got a cramp in my leg. Babe, this isn't part of the performance. Can you please... Please come help me. Chris, come help me. I have a cramp in my leg.
Leading off for the Cubs, the shortstop, Addison.
Back here in the north side of Chicago,
Russell.
Cubs are at bat, and so is Addison Russell. He leads off here with a foul ball, strike 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th in game number 3 of the World Series. Sox lead 4-1. Ground ball right to the shortstop. That is Barry Larkin with the long throw and the out.
Now batting, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
I'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. Kyle 0 for 1 struck out back in the 2nd inning. One out pitch by Scott is there for a strike to the dismay of Schwarber and Madden. The 0-1. Line right to the second baseman, Alomar. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, pitcher, Kyle
Well, game
Hendricks.
4 of the World Series will be played live stream tonight
Your
here on
attention,
WON 9.
Pinch hitting
If you're
for the
watching this
Cubs,
pre-recorded,
number
it'll be
30,
broadcasted tomorrow
Sean
here on
Shea.
WON 9 after all the production is made. John Jay will come in and pitch it for Kendricks, so Hendricks' night is over. And it'll be the Cubs bullpen that'll try to keep the Sox at bay despite being down 4-1. This will be pitch number 57 on the way from Scott. The pitch to Jay. Another foul ball. And now it's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery and a ground ball to short. Larkin to Giambi, side retired. Another clean inning for Mike Scott. We have played 5 in game number 3 of the World Series for Wrigley. Sox 4, Cubs 1.
Now
Carl Edwards Jr. will come in to pitch for the Cubbies. He's 0 for 1 so far in the postseason. He's been in 9 postseason games. The ERA has shot up there, so the hope for the Cubs, most importantly, is to keep the Sox offense at bay. We're in the 6th inning. Sox lead by 3. Pedro Strop is in the bullpen. Mike Scott is the batter. He swings and misses strike 1. He upped his own cause earlier with an RBI single to right. Oh, 1 pitch. And a pop-up down the right field line. Hayward is there. There's 1 down.
The batter, number 11, shortstop.
I'll bring up Barry Larkin, who tied the game earlier with an RBI single with the bases loaded. Bases are empty now here with 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Got some action in the Cubs bullpen. Lots of it at the moment. Larkin fouls it to the right side of the plate. Strike 1. The 0-1 delivery and a pop fly to right. Hayward is right there. And there are 2 away as he makes the catch.
Now batting, second baseman, Roberto Alomar.
I bring up Roberto Alomar. He's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI driven in. The 2-out delivery inside. Look out. Oh boy. Roberto did not like that at all. Still staring down at Edwards Jr. 1-0 is the count. Hits that one to left field for a base hit. So the Sox get another 2-out hit. This time here in the 6th inning.
Center fielder number 24.
Yeah, bring up Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey 0 for 3, grounded out earlier today. He's had himself a tough night so far. Managed that first 2 outs. 4-1 Sox lead in game 3 of the World Series. We're in the top of the 6th. Edwards Jr. with the pitch. A high fly ball to left field. Schwarber into the corner, and it'll be a foul ball. The 0-1 delivery. Got a piece of that one, 0-2. It'll be an 0-2. The pitch. Griffey fouls it back. We'll stay alive. Nothing in 2 on Griffey. The pitch on the way to Carl. From Carl. And he strikes out swinging. A tough night for Griffey Jr. Continues. Man's left on base. Middle of the 6th. 4-1 Sox lead.
Leading off for the
Albert Alomar Jr. will come in at bat for the Cubs. Cubs need some life offensively. They're down by 3. They're still in this game. Ball outside, 1-0. The pitch is deep to left for foul. The pitch is popped up first base side in the infield. And Giambi makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Jason Hayward will now be the batter for the Cubs. He's 0 for 2, struck out back in the third. That was his last time up. The infield is in, the outfield is normal. Hayward fouls it back, strike one. Fouled away left side. Now it's 0-2 on Hayward. To delivery. Another foul ball near that Cubs dugout. Look out. Again the 0-2. Another rip and a foul. And he struck him out swinging on the high four-seamer. And there's quickly 2 down.
The second baseman,
Man, oh man, is Mike
Brian
Scott on
Dozier.
point here tonight. Take a look at this on replay. I mean, the Cubs just cannot catch up to any of the Sox pitching right now. They've only been able to muster only 2 runs and not one single home run hit by Chicago Cubs in this series alone. Those who tried to bid there but could not. 0-1 is the count. Line but foul. 0-2 now on Dozier. The pitch on the way. Strike 3. Another K for Scott to retire the Cubs in order. End of 6 in game number 3 of the World Series. Sox 4, Cubs 1. Well, it's a 1, and then there's a bunch of zeros for the Cubs. For the Sox, there's 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. When you add up the totals, for the Sox is 4, 12-0. For the Cubs is 1, 2-0.
Your attention,
Sox
please.
will be batting, and they'll be facing
pitching for
Pedro
the Cubs,
Strop.
number
This will be his
46.
9th appearance. He's 0 for 1 in this postseason. Saves so far none. His area over 7. And Chipper Jones, who was 0 for 3 tonight, will step in.
Third baseman, Chipper Jones.
3-run lead for the Sox. We're in the 7th inning of play in game 3 of the World Series. The pitch by Pedro, rip but foul, and I think Chipper wants that one back, no question. That is the first beach ball pitch any Sox has seen, and that could be looming large. Another foul ball, 0-2. Oh, 2 outside. Good eye by Chipper. 1-2. To the dismay of the Cub fans. You win some, you lose some. The 1-2. Inside. The count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sox looking for that elusive insurance run. 4-1, Sox lead. The 2-2. Swung on and belted high and deep to center field. Back is the center fielder. Looking up. It is gone. So long, farewell. Chipper Jones breaks out of the schneid, and it's a home run. And the Sox do get that elusive insurance run. They're now up 5-1. And fans, you know it happens every time a Sox gets a home run. Hey, Chipper Jones is bud for you. And that is the first home run of the night in this ball game. And it just got out of here. Nothing that Albert Almora Jr. could do about it. And a stunned Cubs crowd, not too pleased at the moment. Here's Giambi.
Jason Giambi.
And he fouls that one back, and I know he would like to get that one back. Well, the Cubs bullpen woes continues. The Cubs offensive woes continue. Pedro now ahead of Giambi, 0-2. Oh, 2 down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2.
Pedro said the belt. The 1-2 delivery. Down low. The count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good eye by Giambi there on the last 2 pitches. Chopper foul. The 2-2, line to right field, down the line. That's going to be extra bases. Hitting off the side of the wall. Giambi is running as slow as a turtle. He is going to be dead at second. He tried, but no cigar. 2 out. Or is it the first out? It is the first out. Good play by the right fielder Hayward to get the out. Giambi just way too slow. He was a dead duck. And now here's Reggie Jackson. Inside again. Boy, we've seen that way too many times. And you wonder why. There's going to be a time where the Sox will retaliate. On the ground to Rizzo. 2 out.
He's out.
The left fielder, number 31.
Yeah, I'll bring up Dave Winfield. Winfield's had himself a pretty good, decent night. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Five to 1 Sox lead, 2 outs, nobody on. We're gonna miss strike 1. So home run by Chipper Jones is what is the only home run of this game and what is scored in this inning alone. Shattered bat pop-up to Rizzo. He's got it. Side retired. But not before Chipper Jones finally takes a Cub pitcher deep. It's time to stretch in Game 3 of the World Series with the Sox on top 5-1 against the Cubs. Well, Chris Bryant is now the batter.
Third baseman.
A very tough night for Bryant here today. And now his team is down by 4 runs here in the start of the bottom of the 7th as the strike 0-1, and Mike Scott back on the mound and back to work.
D-Rod.
0-2 now. A deep drive to left, but foul. These Cubs batters just cannot keep any baseball fair at the moment. Another foul ball again. They're getting good knocks on it, but foul. Strike 3. Right in the corner, and Bryant knew it. He didn't even have to argue. Another K from Mike Scott tonight.
First baseman, number 44.
And I'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. Boy, the Cubs just cannot find any answers in this World Series against the Cubs, the Sox pitching and the hitting. 0-1 is the count on Rizzo. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a double back in the first. The pitch. 0-2 now.
The count, 0-2.
To the shift. Played perfectly by Alomar. He gets his man 2 down.
The catcher, number 13.
So the batter now will be Alex Avila, the catcher for the Cubs. He steps in 0 for 2 with a flyout back in the 4th inning. Sox 5, Cubs 1 here in Game 3 of the World Series. Sox lead the series 2-0 and are just a few outs away from taking a commanding 3-0 series lead. Foul ball, strike 1. To first, Giambi's got it. Another clean inning for Mike Scott. At the end of 7 in Game 3 of the World Series from Wrigley Field in Chicago is the Sox 5 and the Cubs 1. We're not going to pause for station identification.
It's been quite a week for me. A new home, a new job, a new city. What else could a girl ask for? What was that woman's problem? Why was she following me like that? She gave me quite a scare.
I'm Detective Mara from the Chicago Police Department. I'm actually here concerning the death of Mark Luther. I've been traveling the country the last few weeks and looking to find people who seem to know some information about that.
Oh, what does that have to do with me?
It has a lot to do with you because you know him.
I don't know what you mean. I didn't know any Mark Luther.
That's BS, lady. Or should I call you Superwoman?
How dare you? I never worked with any Luther and I'm not Superwoman.
Sure you are. Remember the good times where you worked with him to destroy the whole town of Scarborough and all those innocent people?
Get the hell out of my house!
Oh, did I strike a nerve?
Get the hell out, Detective Mara! She's not a police detective. She's Mark Luther's daughter.
Indeed. I am Mark Luther's daughter. There was no reason for you to let Supergirl kill my father.
Let's be honest. Your dad was an evil man. He enjoyed killing people for fun, and I just can't approve of that kind of human being. We're lucky that the government found me in the condition that I was in after your father's death. The entire evil residue that he injected me with is completely gone, but the powers are still here, and I'm going to use them for good.
You probably found out that I wasted your time and tricked you. You're probably angry as hell. And you know what? I frankly don't care. I have some unfinished business to settle with you. So if you have the guts to do it, meet me at 125 West 9th Street. It's a small place with a pool house attached. So come and show yourself, if you dare, super bitch. Sincerely, Karen Luther, a.k.a. your worst nightmare.
I have had enough of this creature. This woman is getting on my last nerves. Well, she asked for it, and she's gonna get it. Not today. No, I have to bring Karen Luther to justice. And that means no cooling off breaks, not for a crime fighter.
Oh, but Superman, I insist you cool off. This is only the beginning, Superwoman. When you snap out of it and come to the surface, you're going to be in for the fight of your useless life.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
Koji Uriala, the former Red Sox pitcher, will be coming in to pitch for the Chicago Cubs as we start the top of the 8th inning. And Jorge Posada, who knocked in 2 singles today, will lead off here in the top of the eighth inning. Still has a left-handed batter. Switch hitter. Posada swings and misses, strike one. The stretch on the way, and the pitch on the way. Inside! Boy, we've seen these Cubs pitchers get very close to the White Sox hitters. That's another batter who almost got hit, and I think the White Sox know what's going on here. Posada takes it outside. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Swinging a line drive into right center. And Jorge's on with a base hit to center field. Good piece hitting by Posada right back up the middle.
Mike Scott.
Here's Mike Scott. Yeah, he's still batting, and that means he's still going to pitch. Still in the game, has himself an RBI single to his resume. Action in Chicago bullpen again, quickly and fast. 0-1 is the count. He hits one deep to left center. That's going to be a base hit. Possibly extra bases. Nope. It's going to be a single for Scott. And a good decision, too. That center fielder's arm, Almara's arm is too lethal. So now Scott with a 2-hit night. And now the top of the order coming up for the Sox. And the Cubs bullpen woes continue. And here's Larkin. He fouls it back, strike one. Nobody out, first and second occupied. 5-1, Sox lead here in the top of the 8th inning of Game 3 of the World Series. The pitch. On the ground up the middle, gonna be a double play. Nicely turned double play. Runner moves to third plate. Runner moves to third base.
Now batting, second baseman.
And now bring over Roberto Alomar. A big opportunity for the Sox to put a dent in the Cubs having any chances, but that double play destroyed that. So there's a runner now 90 feet away for Roberto Alomar. Oh, 0-1 is the count. After this game, we'll be taking a 10-minute break. If you're watching the live stream, and we'll be back with game number 4 of the World Series. Could be the final Gamecast, powered by MLB 17. As the countdown to MLB 18 continues. We don't have a schedule yet for that, so follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/WON YouTube to find out the latest updates in our Gamecasting schedule, live stream and recorded stream. Right for you on our Facebook page. Alomar with a tough night, strikes out again, side retire. A man is left at third. Nobody scores. We headed to the bottom of the 8th with the Sox on top of the Cubs 5-1 in Game 3 of the World Series. Addison Russell, the batter, he has grounded out twice here tonight. Again. The Cubs still in this game, only down by 4, need something, some kind of spark to try to get back into this game. There's the ball outside, 1-0.
No strike.
He lines it right to Alomar, he robbed him. That was a seeing eye single, but Alomar's quick feet and web glove took that chance away, and there's one down. Here's Kyle Schwarber. Kyle 0 for 2 with a strikeout back in the 5th inning. Big man, big batter. He hits one on the ground, base hit into center field. And the Cubs fans giving the Cubs a standing ovation for that solid base hit.
Number 19, Koji Uehara.
Yep, Koji Uehara. Well, he's probably going to be pitch hit for us, so we shall find out.
Please.
And he will be
Been
for
shooting
Wilson
for the Cubs.
Contreras.
Number 40, Wilson Contreras.
5-1, Sox lead here in game number 3 of the World Series. They set up inside, and I'll tell you what, I don't think Scott meant to hit him. He was intentionally going to pitch him inside. Instead, it sets the Cubs up with first and second. So the goal of the Sox backfires. Instead of having a ball, it's a 2-man on base. And I'll tell you what, we knew this was going to happen because we saw so many stock hitters get almost hit. Look at this. This is a discussion between the catcher and the Cubs batter. So something's cooking, folks. That's outside 1-0, and all of a sudden Scott a little bit rattled here. 1 out, 2 on. 1-0 is the count of the Cub fans, hoping this could be the start of something. He hits it on the ground. Up past the double shortstop. In the left field, and the bases are loaded. And folks, the tying run is coming to the plate for the Cubs. And it's up to Jason Hayward.
The right fielder, number 22.
He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 6th inning. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 5-1. Sox lead this game, but the potential tying run for the Cubs is at the plate right now. Pitch. Foul away, strike 1. Huge opportunity for Chicago. He hits it down the line, but foul. Oh, boy. 0-2. They set up inside again. The pitch. And did he go around the appeal? No, he did not. Cubs get a lucky break there. 1-2 is the count. They set up inside again. Line to third. It's going to be 2. There's 1. And there's 2. Double play. Sox get out of a hell of an inning. Side retired. We march on to the 9th. Sox still leading game 3 of the World Series. 5-1 against the Cubs. Holy cow. What a turn.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the
That
Cubs.
what occurred in the bottom of the 8th as Justin Wilson will come in to pitch for Chicago was the biggest chance not only in this game for the Cubs, but the biggest one in this series. And again, they cannot cash in.
Leading off for the White Sox.
Ken Griffey, a tough night, has not cashed in. He's 0 for 4.
Griffey Jr.
We're going to miss strike 1.
0-1.
Dennis Eckersley is warming in the bullpen, folks. Griffey, whoa, he looked bad on that one, 0-2, and listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd here at Wrigley. As Griffey's just a strike away from finishing 0-5. He does finish 0-5. Wow. A bad night all around at the plate for Ken Griffey Jr. He's 0 for 5, and he's retired in this game, possibly for the remainder of the night. There's out number 1 here in the 9th. Oh, that was just a plain bad swing there by Ken. Here's Chipper Jones. Now batting on the right side. The only home run of the game. This could be the second one. Down the line, but foul. Strike 1. He was bidding for home run number 2 on that swing. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Listen to this Cub crowd. They know the bottom of the 8th was wasted, but they're into this one. Still a 4-run deficit for the Cubs. The 0-2. Chipper strikes out. They're 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Jason Giambi.
We're looking at the strikes out in a row. Well, Chipper has fanned 4 times, so he's had a tough night tonight as well, despite the 1 home run. It is Jason Giambi. 2 outs, nobody on. 4-run lead for the Sox. Giambi swung on and missed. Oh, Justin Wilson coming in with some foolish pitches that are fooling the Sox batters. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2 now. And now Wilson on the verge of striking out the Sox in order. 2 outs, bases empty. 5-1 Sox lead. And Giambi calls for time. Dennis Eckersley looks like he's coming in for the 9th. We shall see as Giambi pops it into left field. Schwarber under this one, makes the catch. Side retired. Last lick for the Cubs. They're down by 4. Game 3 of the World Series, 9th inning. Sox lead 5-1.
Your attention, please.
Well, Mike Scott comes out the game and will hand the game over to Dennis Eckersley, who will try to close it out. It is not a safe situation, but it's close to being one. Brian Dozier will be the batter for Chicago. They're down by 4 runs. Sox 3 outs away from taking a commanding 3-0 lead. It will not be easy. First time the bullpen for the White Sox is being used in the World Series. First pitch, fouled away, strike 1. The 0-1 on the way to Dozier. Popped him up. And Eckersley is right there. 1 down. Sox 2 outs away from another V.
The batter, third baseman,
And that'll bring up Chris Bryant. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Back in the first, that's the only run of the game for the Cubs. 5-1, Sox lead. In a game which has been nail-biting and also quiet. Takes a strike, 0-1. There's Eckersley with the long locks flowing in the air. The pitch. Fouled away, strike 2. Sox 2 outs away from nailing game 3 and making it a game to see if you're a Sox fan. Being 27 outs away from a world title. Another foul ball, strike number 2 remains. Sox 2 outs away from a game 3 victory. Is setting up a potential championship game tomorrow in their favor, up 3-0. Again, the 0-2 to Chris. Line right to the third baseman. The shift was on, and they played the shift beautifully. Nice play by Larkin, the shortstop, not Jones, the third baseman.
Anthony Rizzo.
Now bring up Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo 1 for 3. He is the final hope for Chicago in game number 3. The turning point in this game was in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded, Cubs had a chance. Hayward grounded into a double play. So it comes down to this. 2 outs, nobody on. For Rizzo, who lines it to Jones. The shift was set up, and the ball game is over. The Sox now find themselves 1 game away from winning the World Series. 1 game away, 1 win away. They beat the Cubs tonight here at Wrigley, 5-1. A tremendous pitching performance by Mike Scott. Kendricks pitched well too, but takes the loss. That's going to be it from Wrigley Field here in Chicago. The Cubs are now down to one game to try to avoid a sweep. Mike Scott is tonight's player of the game, undoubtedly so. He was the star, undoubtedly so. The offense did score 5 runs, but they weren't the power offense you've seen in the first 2 games. If you're a Cubs fan, you're happy, but you cannot be happy that the Cubs offense again was a letdown. Mike Scott had a lot to do with it once again. He pitched tremendous. 1 run surrendered. He went 8 innings and struck out a ton. Mr. Mike Scott is tonight's top baseball bubblegum card player of the game. If you're watching us on the live stream, we're going to take a 10-minute break. If you're watching us pre-recorded with auto production all set on Channel 9, we'll be back with you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the final game, possibly the final game powered by MLB 17 The Show. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the Cubs and the Sox. Until Game 4, yours truly, Jonathan Rios, hoping your game is a good game. We'll see you next time on WON Sports.